Trial time, and you better know I'm going home. What? What?
Okay. Since the beginning of this month, how many COVID cases do you think my target?
Oh. At least half a dozen.
No, but we're at just at 4.
It's still a lot.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know if either any of those are multiple people reporting at the same time or just one.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm looking at Madame Two Spells art. Because she's fucking adorable. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but peak character design is the classic witch. Just fucking, I love that. I love just a witchy outfit. And she has one of the witchiest outfits I've seen in a while.
I think you have several peak character designs.
But peak character design is big floofy hat. Big floppy witch hat. Can't believe it's been 6 months since I was last allowed in court to work in court. It feels like it was just last week. Now here I am, stuck in the middle with you. No, Mr. Naruto. Good morning, Professor Hairbrain. It's Hairbrain. Never mind. The joke is gone. I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. The atmospheric pressure in here is off the charts. I've never felt anything like it. It's crushing me. I feel it every time I'm here. That gravity. Well, this is Britain's highest court. But are you telling me it's fitted with some kind of device that can actually control air pressure?
No, I think that's just all your head.
I think it's probably all in the mind. Ah, yes, well, you won't let me down, will you, Mr. Naruto? I'm counting on you in today's trial to save my life. To save me the secret of my super high voltage instantaneous kinesis machine from being made public. Yes, I understand. I know what I have to do. I have to establish that the explosion 2 days ago was nothing more than an unfortunate accident. Well, I'm sure there's nothing to worry about, really. Justice will prevail. My commiserations, Mr. Naruto. You appear to have been lumbered with a most tiresome case here. Nope, wrong again. Mr. Sholmes! I didn't expect to see you here.
When did you take over what's her face?
That was very mean, Reno, leaving me alone at home with Hurley. It took me at least half an hour to wake him. Are you Herlock Sholmes? Indeed, sir, I am he, Herlock Sholmes. Oh, I've heard all about your exploits, even whilst living in Germany. Oh yes, France's magazine is on sale in Germany too. This month's installment was sublime. Your deduction in The Adventure of Silver Blaze was wonderful. Ah yes, a memorable case indeed. It concerned a snake, I seem to recall. That was a while ago, Hurley. That was the Speckled Band. Well, thank you for coming. I do appreciate your support. What? I'm not here to support you. I'm on the side of the prosecution. What?
Wait, he is?
No. I have urgent business at Madame Two Spells. You mean your waxwork job? What, do you think I'm just wearing the outfit because I forgot to take it off? Balderdash! No, the waxwork abduction, of course. Madam has engaged my services. Stop messing with that.
Is it?
Stop. Just move it out of the way. You think I'm wearing this outfit because I forgot to take it off? Balderdash. That's exactly the reason I'm wearing it. So you're trying to get to the bottom of that ransom note, are you? The week's wages depend on it, as does the safe return of the waxwork, naturally. As such, I intend to give it my undivided attention. Well, never mind then. I understand. Of course, with my skills of observation and reasoning, resolving the matter will be as easy as proverbial pie. I shall return forthwith. For until I solve the case, I shall have no money to afford a pie of any description.
Hurley, I'm so hungry. You must absolutely give it your full attention, Hurley.
Quite, Iris, quite. But life is riddled with irony, you know. Whenever I give something my full attention, I have a quite insatiable desire for pie. One of the universe's intractable mysteries, you might say. That's your ADHD. Oh, yes, quite definitely, absolutely. I totally understand.
I too have ADHD.
He's someone a little starstruck. I wish you the very best of luck, Professor Hairbrain. Why, thank you.
And let me kiss my lover. Goodbye.
Mwah! Before I depart, Mr. Naruto, a word in your ear, if you please. Kissy kissy. What's this about?
And I wish to grab
Your butt. For good luck.
For good luck. I feel like you're projecting a little, Kristen. As you have remarkably little grounding in science, I feel I ought to inform you. Did you just call me stupid? As compelling as this super high voltage instantaneous kinesis hypothesis may be, a practical implementation, such as was implemented by the professor at the Great Exhibition, is quite impossible. But the professor said the demonstration was a success. Yes, it sucked, all right. It sucked its ass. That is what he actually said. It would appear that he firmly believes it was.
I've read Professor Bunnybean's paper about it too, Bruno, and I have to say, he's a nutter. I'm sure it can't be done. It could barely be done theoretically, let alone practically. The teleportation's a farce.
So he's completely barking up the wrong tree. But how can an experiment that had no possibility of succeeding in fact succeed? That's contradictory. And it's that contradiction that will be at the heart of the trial, I've no doubt. It's a good thing I've already solved it. Anyway, goodbye!
You're not gonna tell me?
No! That's your job, I'm afraid. My job is to be a waxwork statue that solves crimes. Now I must hurry along. I wish you the best of luck, my dear fellow.
See you later, Hurley.
Adieu, as they say.
Oh my god, he instant kinesis! It looks like you're on your own return today, Bruno, but chin up, you can do it.
What about you, Iris?
No, I'm afraid I can't help. I have something I need to do too. Your mum.
What?
It's gonna be a big surprise for you when you find out what it is.
That sounds ominous. Counsel for the defense and the defendant. Court is about to be in session. Make your way into the courtroom at once. We're on our way. An experiment that the laws of science say can't possibly succeed. And a scientist who's convinced that it did. That's the riddle you have to unlock here, Ryunosuke. That's the key to this case. A key which may also be a knife. And the key to the safe is also the knife. Wait, I don't think there was a safe in this case.
Not this case.
Not this case.
Just a witch.
Wait, the 23rd of October? Why, that's today! What was the 23rd of October? What were we waiting on? Oh boy, a new juror. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. We are sitting today for the public trial of Professor Albert Harebrain. Ooh, big stretchy. I now call upon the counsel for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. The prosecution is ready. The defense is ready, my lord. I'm 6 months out of practice, and what's more... I could have sworn I saw a ghost. I'm seeing ghosts. Maybe that letter about ghost murderers Susato sent me wasn't all that crazy after all. Is it just my imagination, or does the air in here feel even more oppressive than usual? I'm glad we finally got the gravity machine working. Now we are at 1.5 times Earth's gravity in the courtroom, as God intended. I must say I recollect the victim of this case all too well, Mr. Odie Assman. Mr. Assman was well known as a financier, though that it was merely a front for his divisive criminal activities. It was only a month ago that the man appeared in court prosecuted by you, Lord Van Cheeks, but the jury unanimously found him not guilty. Because every member of the jury had been bribed by the sound of it. These powerful London criminals are prepared to go to extreme lengths to keep their freedom. Seems like London doesn't have a criminal problem so much as the rich are corrupt problem.
Mm-hmm.
2 days ago, on the 21st of October...
And it seems to continue now.
Order!
The year 2022.
Order! Shut the fuck up! Order in my courtroom. 2 days ago, on October 21st, Mr. Assman met his end. The work of the Reaper, was it? What? No, I was nowhere near it. I totally lost my crossbow. If that is how your lordship would describe divine retribution. But the fact remains that Mr. Assman's death was a direct result of the actions of the accused, Professor Harebrain. Very well then. Never get fucking anything in this courtroom. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you have been selected at random to represent the will of the people. Are the 6 of you ready to fulfill your societal duty? Most gratified to have been selected to carry out this important civic duty, my lord. To have a man's fate in the palm of one's hand. Oh gosh, oh golly, it sends shivers down my spine. Oh, who the fuck is this? Science experiments, magic, conjuring tricks, and courtroom trials are all nothing more than performances. Any spurious scholar that defiles the reputation of science deserves to hang.
Are you old enough to be on this jury? And then it's the sleeper.
It is the sleepy boy. It wasn't like this in my day. It wasn't like this at all. You got to shoot people daily in the face. That's the police killer Otter Mole look-alike. Again. And he's exhausted as ever, it seems.
Why do we always have a sleepy one?
No, as I'm sure you're all aware, the incident we are here to judge today tragically took place at the Grand Exhibition shortly after its opening. Although the death toll could have been far worse. With the exception of the victim, no one was killed. Nevertheless, the dream of the science being exhibited rapidly turning into a nightmare for the spectators. A tragic turn of events, and as such, the eyes of all London, no, the whole world will be on this trial. It's our duty to reach a swift and just conclusion, I feel. So, your opening statement, please, Lord Van Cheeks. At the heart of this incident is technology never before demonstrated anywhere in the world. Clap, clap, clap. Science's latest developments, I take it? The government is keen to capitalize on the Great Exhibition to prove Great Britain's technological advantage. The technology being demonstrated by the accused was described as super high voltage instantaneous kinesis. Good lord, I have no idea what any of those words mean. It's designed to disassemble human subjects using extremely high voltage electricity and beam them instantly to another location where they are subsequently reassembled. Is such a thing even within the realms of possibility? I don't believe it, that's for sure.
Disassembling people with electricity? My goodness, how shocking.
The whole thing is absurd. My hypothesis would never stand up to scrutiny. Sure, I believe you are a member of the Royal Society, are you not? An expert in your field? I am, and my word on the manners that can be considered final. Instantaneous kinesis is poppycock. And I know a load about cock. So this expert and Mr. Sholmes are in agreement. It's impossible. What is prosecution's view on the matter? The One Piece is real. I have seen it. The accused's instantaneous kinesis demonstration was a success. What right? Order! Order! The professor's hypothesis is currently under investigation by the British government. If it is deemed to have merit, a substantial research grant would be made available. The accused made use of the invention built on his new hypothesis to take Mr. Assman's life, in order to be the sole benefactor of the grant. But... This disastrous demonstration was no accident. Wait, he doesn't have his chalice.
He doesn't. He's not really following this.
The fucking... Did he break his last one? It was carefully...
I need to stay sober to help my friend.
Yeah. It was carefully designed from the outset to end the life of the victim. Thank you, Lord Patrick. The prosecution's stance is clear. But you will now bring forth witnesses to substantiate your claims. Gladly, my lord. My clothing! Bailiff, show the first witnesses to the stand while they strip my body of the rest of my clothing. You'll do what now? Witnesses, state your names and occupations for the court. Can you read for a little bit? You don't have to do voices if you don't want to. I just want to grab some more chicken fried steak.
Yes, sir. Thomas Gregson, Detective Inspector of Scotland Yard's Homicide Division. I was on duty at the demonstration on the day in question and in charge of the following investigation. Albert Harebrain's scientist. You were born in England, but have been carrying out research in Germany in recent years, correct? Yes, that's right. After graduating from the university here in Britain, I went to work in Germany and made some amazing discoveries. Which is what brought me back. I had to demonstrate my incredible hypothesis at the Great Exposition. What you demonstrated was incredible, alright? An incredible explosion. But the science was a success. The instantaneous kinesis worked. Everyone saw it, they must have done. Yes, there was a terrible accident, but the demonstration of my hypothesis was a success. Well, that much is undeniable, as shown in the photograph taken by the forensic investigation team. inside the Crystal Tower, I take it. The centerpiece of the exhibit, nonetheless. Yeah, he doesn't look like he crashed through. So maybe it did work, and then someone was inside and shot him.
It worked! It worked! Bang! Ah,
Oh,
damn it.
Fuck. Crash.
Ah, damn it.
That's right, my lord. Seems the victim rammed straight into it. I see.
He went heart first through a glass pillar.
Very well.
Sorry, submit the photograph as evidence.
How do I look at shit again?
Wait till he's done talking, then press R.
And then...
A. Okay, there's nothing here for us to examine. If it does the magnifying glass. It's just a picture.
The victim of the incident was Mr. Osmond. There have been numerous allegations made against the man, but putting them aside for the time being. He was the man who financed the research for the experiment and the demonstration itself.
Yeah, they breaded the fuck out of this steak.
Hmm?
They breaded the fuck out of this steak. Like it's honestly like this chicken fried steak is 2 parts fried and 1 part steak. I'd say 2/3 of this is just the breading.
I see. So to summarize the situation, the defendant is accused of taking the life of a man who funded his work. Would that be correct? Exactly. But couldn't it be that the explosion was caused by a malfunction in the apparatus used for the demonstration? That's right, that must be my splendid machine, my poor splendid machine. Saw it yesterday, didn't you? Can't examine the rest thanks to the Special Science Equipment Act. What? The wreckage. The wreckage. But that brings the case. How can
What happened to my invention?
facts be established? How can it possibly be determined whether this was an accident or a deliberate and malicious act? Extremely simple, my lord. I beg your pardon. Isn't that right?
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Killer say what? What? Ah, got him. Guilty.
What? Sorry, me? No, your neighbor. Yes, sir. It was murder. Plain and simple. I almost said I was murdered.
I was murdered. Blah.
Plain and simple. Anyone could state that it was complete certainty. What? How could he possibly think that? Thank you, Inspector. I think we better proceed to formal testimony. You explain to the court on what grounds you claim this experiment to have been a front for murder. It was murder. I know, because I committed it.
What?
What? Gregson.
Gregson, what?
And that's how we get rid of Gregson. And now it's just Ginny. The corpse that went crashing through the Crystal Tower had a broken neck. I made a minor miscalculation of the angle of the beam projection. That's all.
Stop
That was my
talking.
mistake.
As your lawyer, shut the fuck up.
But the postmortem examination revealed another injury, a fatal wound. There was a lesion in his chest, which had clearly been stabbed by something sharp right before in the heart. So the victim was killed before he went anywhere, and this fella's the only one who could have done it. Okay, that is damning evidence.
I mean, if you didn't already know that there was a crossbow on the scene.
Mm-hmm. It just showed up in a broken neck. The victim was stabbed in the heart. Information I would have really liked to have from someone other than the judge. coroner says death would have been all but instantaneous from a wound like that. So he didn't break his neck, so the corpse broke the neck. But his neck was fine at death.
The argument, of course, is that the only one close enough to stab him and actually do the fatal wound was the professor.
I'm trying to make it confusing so people go, what? No, of course he's not the murderer. I win. You could say, in fact, that the victim was killed twice by the accused. No. That couldn't be further from the truth. I have here the experimentation plan documents that was submitted to the security team.
One of my favorite Smiling Friends bits is when they have to investigate the murder of somebody, and they find out that everybody that they were suspecting of killing him separately went in and did a murder on the person that died.
And the one that did end up killing him didn't want to.
Yeah, as they're watching the recording, it's like, what? How many people killed this guy, man?
Wasn't there one where, like, a woman goes in to try and kill him, and then someone else goes in and tries something else, but it unfortunately is the antidote for the first attempted murder?
No, I don't think so. Not Smiling Friends.
The victim stood himself in something called the bird cage, ready to be beamed instantly. To the second level of the Crystal Tower, about 25 yards away. The experiment did not go according to plan, however. As the machine was pulled in operation, there was a large explosion. The blast caused the beam transmitter to point higher than indicated.
What?
Accordingly, the kinetic results in the bird cage materialized in mid-air, from where it explosively fell and crashed through the glass of the tower's large round window.
What?
So it worked!
I can't believe this is actually the argument of the prosecution.
He's trying to make sure that Buddy gets out.
I still can't believe this. This is probably the second most asinine assertion of the prosecution.
What was the first?
Oh god. Case 4-3 from the main series. That a young, blind child picked up a moose gun, killed a man that was a military veteran, and like 300 pounds, dragged him through a stadium full of people. Not like a stadium full of people, but like a stadium in operation. So people were there. Dragged them through a stadium, onto the stage, laid down next to them, and then pulled the stage. It's a weird stage thing, but like they made it raise up. Mm-hmm. Stupidest fucking case in the entire series, I will argue.
I'm so sorry I didn't meant for this to happen. The machine was just too powerful. But honestly, really, I swear it was an accident. A terrible accident. Unfortunately, the excuse can't save you. No, not considering the sharp murder weapon that pierced the victim's arm.
A gun.
Murder weapon? What are you saying? It's an autopsy report submitted to the coroner.
He was stabbed with a gun.
Prosecutor would like to enter the court record. Your request is granted. I need a nap.
Go to sleep, Judge. Anytime.
The autopsy report. Is it my turn on the swing set?
No, it's nap time. Judge, don't go on the swing set. I
What
swear to
swing
God.
set? Whee! The autopsy report has been entered in the court record.
We will now take a 25-minute recess for the judge to finish on the swing set.
I was there in person, you know. I saw the whole performance. And the only other person on the stage was Mr. Osmond. With Mr. Osmond was a disgraceful excuse for a scientist. And really, by all accounts, it must have been him.
Surely, humanity has not invented a device in which you can stab someone else from far away. Anyway,
Well,
let's
here's
pull
our
out my
next
gun
question.
and wave it around.
Well, here's our next question. It was a crossbow. Where did the bolt go?
That's very easy to solve. Because if their assertion is that they fucking teleported into midair and then crashed down, it could have just dislodged.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hard to think otherwise, really. Very well, counsel for the defense. Proceed with the cross-examination, please. Oh, yes, my lord. I need to focus here. Smack. It's been a while.
Fucking magic.
Front for the murder. How do I press L? Is it L?
Yes. We're not going to do this now, though. Because
Oh, you have to go to work? Okay.
We shall return of this great departed soul next time on Side by Side Blaze. Nice.
I'm Waifu.
I'm Shikuquaza. Join us next time for more Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve.